Hello, in this video I will explain how to delete data in a table. This part would be the part of deleting data in a table in Laravel with Ajax. From a Laravel CRUD and Ajax example. First, what I am going to do is go to roots, web, PHP, and create a root with delete, with products, the, delete, and the ID. And use the products controller class, and the delete, which would be for the public function delete that is in the products controller, PHP. Then I go to products controller, PHP, and create the public function delete with the ID. Then I create the product to search the ID. Then I create the product with the delete and close. Then I create a return and response and the JSON with status of success, and I close. Then I close the function of delete. Then when we already have the table, and also the on click of the button to delete, which in this case would be on click, delete, product, and the ID in that table. Then I create the modal. The modal div has the ID, delete, formulary, modal. And in the modal body, the form would be found. And there would be what would be deleted in the table, in this case the button, with type submit. Also with the type hidden. And the ID, delete, formulary, btn. There would also be the onClick, destroy, product, and the product ID for the function. And then I close the modal. Then I create in the JS section the delete product JS, and I close. In the delete product JS, I create the delete product function and the ID, which would be to show the modal with the ID data. So I create a let URL and the ID, which in this case is products, and the ID. I also create the Ajax. The URL, the root would be used to get data, and the get type. Then I create the success to show the values in those ID. First I create a let product to show the product response. Then I create the delete ID with the value of the response product of the ID. Then I create the alert div and the empty HTML, and then I create the delete formulary modal with the show that would be to show the modal. Then I create the error in case there is an error, show the error. Then I create the function destroy. Product, delete, update, formulary, btn, which would be the one that changes the property from disabled to true. Then I create a let the URL, which would be for the URL. In this case the ID of the delete ID would be used. Then I create a let data, which would be for the table data. And I create the ID to get the ID of the table. And I close. Then I create the Ajax, and I develop it so that it works. First I create the headers. Then the URL, the type which in this case is delete, and the data would be data. Then when the response is successful, the delete formulary btn would convert the disable property to false. And I create an alert div HTML with that alert, which in this case would be success HTML. The alert div would be the HTML. I would also use show all products, which would be the function to show the data. And finally I would hide the modal with hide. And close. Then I create the error, so that it shows the errors. Then I close. And close would be the function. That would be all.